Yep, good afternoon. First Warning meteorologist Eric Burris here. We're going to try this again. Had a little bit of a technical glitch earlier. I'm glad that got all settled. Anyway, afternoon coffee talk. It has been chilly, and it will continue to be chilly across Central Florida. These next few hours, the heaters are going to be humming. Let's take a look at those temperatures, okay? 43 to 41, 789. That's in the metro, and we're going to continue to drop off from there. It is the coldest night that we have seen in years. Temperatures tonight dropping into the 20s and the 30s. We have declared tomorrow morning a first warning weather day because of the fact that it's just been a very long time since we've had temperatures this cold. It is it is already cold, and we're just going to continue downhill from here. So let's talk about things. We have seen winds gusting 20, 30. I've even seen some weather stations in the 40-mile-per-hour range, which is why we've had such wind chills all day long. Okay, we've got freeze watches and, well, not watches, but warnings posted for all of the metro area. Hard freeze warnings posted for our northern area. So let's just talk a little bit about this forecast, okay? Let's start off with temperatures. Here's a look at the overnight temperatures. And this is not the wind chill, mind you. These are actual temperature readings. 23 in Ocala. 22 degrees in Reddick, 22 degrees in Dunellen. It's not the coldest we've ever seen, but it's the coldest we've seen in quite some time, right? Into Sumter and Lake counties. 26 Lake Pennsauken, 25 degrees in Webster, 27 in the Villages, 27 degrees in Astatula, 28 in Mount Dora. Look at Paisley, 25 degrees. Yeah, over to the Space Coast. You're at least a little bit milder. Not much, though. 34 in Melbourne, 39 degrees Satellite Beach, Vieira right at 30, 36 at the Cape, and 33 degrees in Titusville. You head inland, we start to see some of those 20s showing up. Kenansville, Poinciana, and Celebration. And then for the metro area, look at these readings. 28 in Apopka, 30 degrees in Orlando, 30 degrees in Winter Park, and 27 degrees in Sanford. And then over to the shoreline, 27 in Palm Coast, 29 degrees in places like Daytona Beach and Ormond Beach, okay? Yeah, it is cold. When we talk about the forecast versus record temperatures, I think Orlando and Sanford are in the realm of getting to record lows. Set back at 1966. Tonight into tomorrow morning, back in 66, was gross cold. This is cold. That's gross cold. All-time record lows are in the teens. We're not expecting readings to get that low, but it is going to be big impact weather, okay? So let's talk about freeze duration. How long do we think things will freeze? Up into Ocala, Marion County, you could be talking about 8 hours or so of temperatures at or below freezing. Wildwood, the Villages, Sumter County, Northern Lake County, West Volusia, West Flagler, 4 to 8 hours of freezing temperatures. For the rest of town, about 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of freezing temperatures. So it's definitely going to be a big chill for us, and it's going to be an extended chill for us, right? Let's take a look at the feels like temperatures and watch how. Here's 9 o'clock tonight. Just as a starting point, 9 o'clock tonight, 30s area wide. Right? Let's follow through time. 11 midnight, lower 30s into the 20s. And then overnight, the feels like temperatures continue to drop from there. So if we break it up zone by zone, if we start with our western zones, okay, Sumter, Lake, Marion counties, by 10 p.m. tonight and on, you're going to be in the opportunity to see freezing conditions. 7 to 10 hours, just depends on wind and cloud cover, your exact neighborhood. But remember, cold temperatures can kill crops and plants. So bring in sensitive things. Of course, cover them up. I've got to cover up the palms at the house. Protect the young and old. Check in on the neighbor, check in on your relatives. Make sure that they've got working heaters and things like that, because It's a big deal. It's a very important thing. We cannot forget them. And then, of course, pets. Pets. If you've got outdoor pets that you don't bring in, maybe consider bringing them into like the garage or something like that. Then there's pipes. Remember the pipes. For me, I will be running the pool overnight tonight. I will be leaving, a faucet on a drip, something like that, just to be, I just don't want to have any issues. Into the Metro, 5 a.m. through about 9 a.m. Now, I'll be in the weather lab all morning long, and we'll be tracking everything for you. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of freezing conditions. The more rural you are, the longer duration freeze is possible. And then for our East Coast zones, 3 to 6 hours of freezing temperatures. And and I showed this these last couple of days, but this is kind of a good vantage point. Let me just do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. So here we are. This is kind of the latest model data in terms of who sees a frost, a freeze, or a hard freeze. So obviously our northern spots, Ocala, Marion County, you're looking at a freeze. Into Sumter County, out near the lakes of Lake County. You can see around Leesburg, Astatula, you're probably going to be a little bit warmer out near Yalaha. But the further away from lakes you go, Sorrento, Eustis, Forest Hills, you're going to be getting into a freeze. Come up here into Flagler County. Notice from about, the latest idea from the models are that I-95 west hard freeze. That's temperatures in the 20s. Whereas back over to the shoreline in the kind of purple, that's a freeze. Temperatures in the lower 30s, we'll say. Once you get into Volusia County, look around Ormond Beach. Beachside spots, for the most part, are into freeze territory, but some of us may hover just above freezing right at the beach and maybe tracking just a nice frost. But once you get in around I-95, so Port Orange, the Pavilion, yeah, that's where we start to talk about hard freeze. Samsula, Lake Helen, DeLand, Orange City, yeah, we're talking about a hard freeze. Into Seminole County, around Lake Jessup, around Lake Monroe, probably a regular freeze. A hard freeze, though, when you get away from those lakes. Heathrow, Lake Mary, Wekiva Springs, Sweetwater, Lake Brantley. Around Altamont Springs, Fern Park, Winter Park, downtown Orlando, it is a freeze, not a hard freeze, but a freeze. You head out to more rural spots, though, Bithlo, Wedgefield, away from lakes, you're going to be getting into freeze, transition from freeze to hard freeze. Osceola County, most of us are going to be into freeze unless you're like right on like Lake Mary Jane or Lake Toho, East Lake Toho. Hard freeze out in rural communities. And then for us along the shoreline, you can kind of see Merritt Island, you're kind of getting into more of a frost because there's just so much water around you. Barrier Island, it's frost, but once you get back over toward Rockledge, Vieira, you could see that color turns back over to an actual, regular, good old-fashioned freeze. So here we are, nice and chilly. Do want to point out, though, there is some light at the end of the tunnel, my friends. Monday, it's a frosty start, but as this area of high pressure starts to move in, it starts to turn things around a little bit. Yeah, it actually starts to warm up our temperatures. So I know we're not fans of this. I know it. I get it. I'm right there with you. But we do have light at the end of the tunnel. Take a look at our 7-day forecast. Frost on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 70s and lower 80s. Yes, We've just got to get through this bitter cold. I know. Coldest air we have seen in years. The last time we hit freezing in Orlando was 2018, and we're going to be getting into freezing conditions tonight. 23 in Ocala, 29 degrees in Leesburg, 30 degrees in Orlando, 33 in Titusville, 29 in Palm Bay, and 29 in Daytona Beach. Meteorologist Alex Alisi will be updating things for you on WESH 2 News tonight, and Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi and I are going to be out in the weather lab. Well, I'm going to be in the weather lab. He's going to be in the studio, but we're going to have live team coverage in the morning, making sure you know exactly what's going on, okay? We are going to keep you updated, okay? All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. That's it for this special edition of Afternoon Coffee Talk. We don't normally do it on the weekends, but did want to get you the latest information. I'm going to be tweeting all afternoon long. all night long. Overnight, I will be posting temperatures every hour. And then, of course, we will be going for extended live coverage in the Weather Lab tomorrow morning. All right? All right. Be the sunshine. See you guys and gals through the day and night.